We've prepared quite efficiently. We're quite energetic about what is in front of us and what we want to do. We understand it's not going to be an easy road. The brand of basketball that we're playing is very exciting. It's good for the eye, you know. So every single time they come out here to come watch us, they'll walk away knowing for a fact that they got their money's worth. I mean, we're under no illusion as to what's going to happen here. Guys are going to come out swinging. There's no question about it. But we're ready for that.
This is the Elite 16, and it is leading to the road to Basketball Africa League 2023. And this is the qualification round. And top 3 teams will get a spot in the Basketball Africa League 2023. And as the teams go through introductions, let's go to the coaches. Let's hear what the coaches had to say.
Coach, great start to the qualifiers. How confident is the team ahead of today's game?
Well, look, we're as confident as today. Yesterday is done, so we need to start all over again. It's a different challenge completely altogether. But yeah, I mean, there's a quite confidence amongst the boys that we can pull it off.
Please, would you take us through today's approach and the reasoning behind your starting 5?
Well, look, we want to set the tone. So our starting 5 are the guys that are normally calm. They execute very well. They play a good defense. And so they like to push the ball as well. But they also like to rotate the ball. So we want to get a bigger lead as much as we can. And then we can be able to rotate from there.
And you're up against Kenya Ports. Do you feel you have anything to worry about?
Yeah, it's a game of basketball. Anything can happen within these 4 lines. We don't take anybody lightly. That's not how we approach things. Like I said, I mean, every day becomes a new day. A new team becomes a different challenge completely.
All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, our starting 5 for the Cape Town Tigers: Evans Ganapamo, Peter Prinsloo, a guard forward, Michael Benije, a guard, and the man in the middle, Raphael Putney. And then we've also got Deng, who's going to be the point guard. Strong starting 5, and these guys will be able to set the tone for the Tigers.
They are the tried and tested as far as Cape Town Tigers are concerned, and a great start for new coach Flosh Ngwenya, picking up his first win in these B.A.L qualifiers as the Cape Town Tigers look to return to the Basketball Africa League. You'll recall, of course, in 2021, they ended up 3rd in Division East qualification and got through by virtue of an unfortunate turn of events. This year, they want to qualify outright. They are at home. They have set the tone with that opening performance against the NBA Academy Africa, but now the real business of trying to take on the Kenya Ports Authority lies ahead.
Coach, you're up against a side that is not easy to break down, and they're playing at home. What was your team talk like following yesterday's defeat?
We have to stay afloat. We have to stay afloat. You're in the ocean. You have to swim. You have to put our heads up until we reach the shores. Yeah, playing at the home team, we tag ourselves as the underdogs, and I believe the underdogs usually causes the biggest upset. Yeah.
And what's the ideal plan in preventing the side from the 3-pointers, which seems to be their strengths?
Yeah, we are going to work on our defense, we are going to work on the rotation, and we are going to work on the 3 R's on the D. So that is reading, reacting, and rotating. So we are going to put pressure on the ball. The principle on our defense is to communicate, dictate, and attack. So we are going to emphasize on those 3 principles every time you're on the floor. Yeah.
Yesterday it was a low-scoring day for your side, only 43 points. Was that an area of concern and something that you talked about?
Yeah, so much. KPA team, we are used to go above the 40 points, but for yesterday, we just have to keep that game behind our back and we focus on today's game, and I believe we are going to give a good account of ourselves. Yep.
Well, all the best, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
KPA starting 5, George Williams, Adera, John Widges, Owuko, and Nicholas Ogol. They are the starting five, a strong starting five as well for Kenya Ports Authority. And they are going to rely on the steady ball handling and the backcourt leadership of George Williams. And then Nicholas Ogol as well as Ouko, guys who will anchor the front court, and they will give them that low post scoring that they need and defense. And let's take a look at our officials. Bernardo Abulo as well as Larusi. Those are our match officials, and behind them our table officials. So the scoring as well as all the technicalities that have to do with the game, and the game clock and shot clock, and the statisticians, everyone there is part of the game, and they will be giving us all that information throughout the game. And of course this game right here is in partnership between FIBA and the NBA, and they are bringing us the Basketball Africa League, and we look ahead to 2023, which will be the third edition.
Well, the Kenya Ports Authority, and we heard the thoughts of Coach Anthony Ollard as he spoke about the importance of read, react, and rotate, but he'll be very aware that the home team is playing some really great basketball. In 2019, they had a 6-1 record in the qualifiers, did the Kenya Ports Authority, 1-1 in this year's qualifiers, and they started out 0-1 here when Williams, Adera, Wijas, Uko, and Ngol, and Wachira off the bench, Odiambo, Ayodi, guys that need to be looked out for. Kaemba has given them some impact, especially in earlier play, but they all had a disappointing outing yesterday, and the yesterday has got to be gone, because today is a new day, and that is the nature of tournament play when it comes to the game of basketball. Every single performance has got to be erased, and we're talking about the Cape Town Tigers. Evans Ganapamo, Deng, Putney, Prinsloo, Benije. Selepe came in and gave some good minutes off the bench along with Nkosinati Sibanyoni. We saw the debut of Linneman and Mokwena, and there was limited usage for Mtembu and Reed. Coach Floshengwenya has resources at his disposal, but they do rely heavily on the starting five. They run big minutes, and they do try and get good execution with those large minutes. We saw Benije and Deng really spark the offense for the Cape Town Tigers, and I'm sure that they will be a focus on the defensive end for this Kenya Ports Authority team.
Well, Cape Town Tigers already in the huddle. We are 30 seconds out of a tip-off, and the Cape Town Tigers are ready to go. And I can't help but think that that green and gold cue of the Cape Town Tigers, very, very reminiscent, or an ode, if you will, to the green and gold of the South African national colors.
I think it really is an ode, and because they are hosting this qualifier, they know that they are representing the country of South Africa, and they understand the responsibility that comes with it. And I feel like it's the same theme across all of the club teams, because it's both club and country, and that's why the Basketball Africa League just has a unique feel about it, and that's why it's so important to try and pick up one of these final 3 spots.
Well, for club and country, backcourt violation by Raphael Putney on the opening tip, so it will be KPA possession. And we'll probably get a retake as the officials confer. Well, the one official across the court conferring with the table,
and just asking him to have a look at the direction of the possession arrow, and so it's all cleared up, and it's time to get this one on the go.
Putney in the passing lane, deflection of the ball, and out of bounds it'll be. KPA ball. Williams against Shot clock violation by KPA.
Strong defensive possession to set the tone for the Cape Town Tigers, and that's not the ideal execution offensively for a team that only scored 42 points yesterday evening.
Benije advancing the ball up the floor. Prinsloo. Long three from the wing, can't get it to go. Adera down the floor. Tough catch for Adera, working on Ganapamo. Short on the shot, the follow. Oh, goal.
Well, rebounding has always been an issue and will be, especially against these tough physical teams.
Dudang on the attack, the hesitation, beating the defender on the baseline, couldn't finish. The screen from Ogol. Williams gets it to the corner. Awuko with the catch.
Second offensive rebound, second finish, and that is something that I know will annoy the coaching staff of the Tigers.
Putney on the drive, yes, definite foul by Nicholas Ogol.
Well, impressive start by Kenya Ports Authority, and they have set the tone on the offensive end with their hustle around the rim, and they'll have to keep looking to do that as the game develops.
Putney, three from the wing. He's got the range as well.
Not noted as a three-point shooter, but not shy to put it up either. Can be streaky from the perimeter. Putney.
Williams falling away, baseline.
So smooth, Williams on that baseline jumper.
Ganapamo, Prinsloo saw a couple of handoffs. Benije from the left wing, in and out on the three. Williams, the double team between defenders. We just to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Oh, the foul looks like is on Dudang.
And just around the screen, able to split, and it's the foul from behind, the first one on the Cape Town Tigers.
Benije picks up that foul. Wijas from outside, an air ball.
Well, they were 1 of 13 from the outside in that 42-point performance, and that's certainly an area that they can improve on.
Oh, there's a steal. Prince, oh, well, knocked away. The ball inside, the scramble for the basketball. Tigers throw it away. The pivot. The reverse with the left doesn't go for Oko.
Well, signs that this is going to be a very tightly contested game. There's pretty good defense on display by this KPA team.
Ganapamo taking his time. Williams on the pull-up. Drills the three.
Williams is looking relaxed and looks focused and ready, and he has been pretty decent on the offensive end.
Putney rattles in and out. Williams on the push down the floor. Williams off the backboard.
Well, red hot start here for George Williams as he tries to anchor this Kenya Ports Authority offense.
Putney was looking for the catch. Ganapamo misses the mark. Adera slicing through the defense like a hot knife through butter, and that basket in transition by Eugene Adera leads to a Tigers timeout.
Well, 13 plays 5 as Kenya Ports Authority definitely started on the front foot. It all started with those 2 putbacks in terms of just picking up the offensive boards and being able to finish. And since then, George Williams has picked up the offensive slack. A shot from downtown and a couple of finishes, and the hosts on the back foot to start out this one, and a much improved performance already from the team from Mombasa.
Well, this Tigers timeout is going to be about all about energy. I suspect that it's just about them picking up their energy. They play right now looking very lethargic, and they will have had a good rest because they played the last game yesterday, and as the hosts, they are top billing, and the final game today as well, so they've had all day to rest. And if it's a funk that they're in, well, they need to get out of that funk, because they have what looks like a determined Kenya Ports Authority team. Ganapamo. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Williams, the bounce pass.
Just a little bit extra from Williams. He tried to look away, but really just had to put the ball into the path of the offensive player, and it goes behind and causes the turnover.
Deng hounded by Wijas. Ganapamo. The double team, Prinsloo from outside, bottom.
Nice looking shot from Peter Prinsloo, and he's trying to pick up where the Tigers left off yesterday evening.
Williams, the double team coming. Putney with the steal, all alone. Putney windmills it down.
Flying with finesse, Raphael Putney, and whenever there's no one there, you got to clear the runway because Air Putney is ready to take off.
Wijas over Prinsloo. Too long for Ouko. Loose ball to Adera. 6 on the shot clock. Williams from the top. Bottom of the net.
Second connection from downtown for George Williams, and this seasoned professional is looking really good to start out this one.
Well, this Cape Town Tigers team, just in these opening 6 minutes, it's all about their temperament and their energy. Putney can't get the 3 to go down. Williams with the rebound.
Well, Williams has played basketball in Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, and Arab Club Championships. He really has played the game of basketball in various places in the world, and he comes to lend his expertise as well to this Kenya Ports Authority team.
Ganapamo will pick up the foul. Williams on the crossover. Ganapamo with the reach. Williams working Ganapamo. Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking. He's in his own kitchen, all alone. And you can't tell him what to do.
Well, he's carrying all of the offense right now. His third one from downtown. And you add his 2 inside finishes and it combines for 13 points. And George Williams is single-handedly outscoring the Tigers at this point. Lubisa Selepe comes in, and I think this is going to be a defensive ploy by Coach Floshan Gwenya.
Well, Coach Floshan Gwenya looking on, showing no emotion, doesn't get rattled really under pressure. But this KPA team has really brought the fight in this opening quarter. Perfect trip, Dudeng. And it's a 7-point KPA lead.
Some full court
Reach 24. Adera. Top of the key. Was open for the jumper. Nicholas Ogol.
Well, some full court pressure being applied now. Just trying to give the Ports Authority offense something different to look at. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Oh, Adera from the wing with the 3.
Well, the offense functioning right now on all levels for the Dockers as they go up 22 points and a double-digit lead with just 2:54 to play.
Dudeng to Putney, tough catch. Can't finish on the reverse, but Raphael Putney will go to the free throw line. 2:47 still to play, and Deng looking for Putney. Outstretched with the left arm.
The one thing about that shot gives you real indication on the length of Raphael Putney. His 6'11" frame is quite deceptive because at times he looks like he's 6'7", at times he looks like he's 6'11", but he can really get up above the rim. And he's done all of the heavy lifting in terms of scoring. Played his university basketball for the Iowa Wolves. 9 points, he had 6.8 rebounds and 1.3 assists. Also for the UMass Minutemen, was picked up by the Rio Grande Vipers, so spent quite a bit of time in the G League, and Maccabi Haifa was his last stop.
Well, a traveling man with a wealth of experience. Basketball-wise, Raphael Putney and John Widges with a travel and a turnover, and just the kind of stop that the Cape Town Tigers need. Ganapamo in that traffic against Widges. The drive, there's a reach by Widges.
Evans Ganapamo was a standout certainly in that B.A.L season 1, 16.2 points, 3.5 rebounds, and it got him a look in with the Milwaukee Bucks in the Summer League in 2022. And he is a go-to scorer whenever the Cape Town Tigers need a bucket, and there is a timeout called now on the floor as the game has seemingly come to a stalemate, and both coaches just looking for ways to try and gain the upper hand. And Kenya Ports Authority will be a lot happier with what they've seen on the floor. And it's been a lot of play from this man, Williams. And with that wonderful baseline drive and finish, he went behind the back to pull up for the 3. And I think that was the sign when you know that he's in great rhythm. The catch and shoot from the outside, and just showing you really how vast his offensive game is, and seems to like the pull-up, and he's pretty effective at it.
Well, Kenya Ports Authority timeout, and it will be stopping the Cape Town Tigers as they keep attacking the basket, both driving to the basket and also making passes inside. And it will be defending the ball and not allowing the Cape Town Tigers easy looks. And Coach Floshungwenya will want the Tigers to continue with what they're doing. Started with some red-hot shooting in yesterday's opening quarter against the NBA Academy team, but they haven't been able to replicate any of that shooting today. And Michael Benija back in the game.
Put some pressure on the point guard, Benija.
There's the tip.
Oko is right there to tip it in using the left hand, and that's again another offensive rebound. The shot goes up over Benija, just a little bit of muscle getting Sibanyoni out the way, and then he tips it in with the left hand. That's a skillful finish.
Well, Michael Benija, just his facial expression just doesn't look like he's in this game. Wants the screen from Sibanyoni. Putney, cross court, Ganapamo all alone. Misses the mark.
Well, won't upset the coaching staff. Quality look out of that trap on the baseline.
Dara breaks the dunk on the attack.
Love the aggression from Adara. And Putney seems to be adapting to the game. He came in to the African game really frustrated. This time able to just sell the contact, and the referee's right there to make the call. Call that just a veteran sell. The elevation, and my oh my, that was almost another addition to this series of B.A.L. qualifier posters.
Well, that was a brick dunk by Eugene Adera, and back down the other way, offensive impeding on Raphael Putney's cut to the basket, and that sends him to the free throw line.
32 years old, Raphael Putney. He's listed at 208.
Empty trip for Raphael Putney. Benija, the catch in the low post. Turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go. Going on 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. The lead is 9 for KPA. Kayemba, Benija in the passing lane. 3-on-1 break. Benija to Sibanyoni. Easy catch and finish.
Well, I thought Benija was trying to throw that up for Sibanyoni to catch on the hoop, but he comes down and he still puts it up to pick up 2 points.
The reverse doesn't go.
Just a little hand on from that shot attempt, and recognition coming in from Wachira as Putney's length just enough to pick up a partial block on the shot at least.
Wachira's a 3 attempt. Off the mark. And once again, the Tigers with an opportunity to cut into KPA's lead. Benija to the basket.
And this is how you go about getting into a 10-point deficit. You've got to break it down possession by possession and try and see if you can squeeze away some turnovers just by putting on some pressure defense.
Williams cooking.
Williams drops Selepe on his way to the rim, and another highlight play. 15 first quarter points for George Williams.
Sibanyoni on the reverse, can't get the dunk to go. Putney with the steal. Selepe will pull up just to close out the first quarter. And that will do it. A tough one really for the Cape Town Tigers, and they've had to slug their way through this first quarter. And right now, Kenya Ports Authority just enjoying this cushion and the lead, and led by that man right there, George Williams.
Night performance.
Well, we've got a smattering of the crowd right here inside Ellis Park Arena, and just enjoying this final game of the day. And it is the hosts, Cape Town Tigers, taking on Kenya Ports Authority. And the Mombasa team has taken the fight and game to the Tigers. Benije from the wing opens with a three.
It was a combination of Benije and Yu Ding that helped spark the Tigers offense against the academy, and if he gets it going, they will function through him.
And all alone underneath the basket, Dennis Adwal.
Great find. Adwal was all alone, and that was just fantastic recognition.
Benije curling off the screen. Can't finish the three. Kayemba loses the handle. Selepe down the floor. Pulling up from the free throw line. Sibanyoni, offensive rebound. Prinsloo from outside. Sibanyoni once again keeps it alive. Last touch on Kitongo, and it will be Tigers ball.
Is really why Sibanyoni is in. It's his energy on the offensive end. He also stands and is listed at 208 and is trying to wrestle away as many rebounds as possible on the offensive end.
Prinsloo out of bounds. Last touch. Prinsloo, and it'll be KPA ball. Lennox Wanje. The pass to Kitongo. Benije in the passing lane, a whistle.
And here the trap comes and almost worked out. The contact was called, and Prinsloo, I think, whistled for it.
Williams. Two on the shot clock. Williams got to put it up. Well, evades the shot clock.
But there was a foul called.
Yes.
From the referee on that one. He might have evaded the shot clock. The shot went up, but referee right there to make the call. And Not sure if we saw the contact on that entirely, but the man on the ground gets Williams 3 more shots, and it's just smart play, selling the contact, and he gets a chance to go to the free throw line. Well, he was perfect from the field before that miss on the contact and does not convert from the free throw line. 15 points, and that 3 or 4 on that miss before that, but he's been pretty good.
Well, George Williams continues to lead this KPA team, and a thorn in the flesh of the Cape Town Tigers. Deng throws it away. Wachira in the passing lane. Wachira, long one on the 3, the follow. Kitongo cleaning up.
Another offensive rebound that is converted by Kenya Ports Authority. That's their 6th offensive board. Lead back up to 10.
Prinsloo. Deng. Well, just shooting the jumper. And Prinsloo able to draw the defense on that roll to the basket.
First field goal for Deng, and there's another steal.
Benija down the floor, Easy does it on the lay-in. Timeout on the floor, 7:17 to play. Cape Town Tigers slowly on the come up, and only now down 6 in the second quarter.
Well, the lead again had ballooned up to double digits, as much as 10, and the Tigers again able to just wrestle away the basketball, and George Williams been the leading scorer in this one. He's been able to get it done in just a variety of ways. 17 points he's already torched the Tigers for in the first half, and he's done it inside, outside, been able to get to the free throw line, dropping defenders, and all of it has really been going his way. And when a point guard is rolling like this, they've got no choice, do the opposing coaches, but to try to get the ball out of the scorer's hands.
George Williams has done a lot for the KPA team. Started with his first touch of the ball and a 3 to open his scoring account, and sitting on 17 points. 3 of 4 from 3-point range, and clearly George Williams, he plays, but he's not here to play. Long pass into the corner, floater in the key, misses the mark.
And the push comes on that one. This is just fantastic aerial acrobatics from Putney, who gets a partial block again, and Peter Prinsloo is bundled to the ground.
Deng, advance of the ball down the floor. Benija in the corner. Prinsloo wants to work in the low post. Well, agitated with the official, Peter Prinsloo, that taking so long while he's getting all of those forearms to his back. And it's going to be a battle down low between Peter Prinsloo and Nicholas Ogo Ganapamo.
Some nice execution of the play, but just Ganapamo shorting the jumper.
Williams can't finish, and also the tip can't get to the hoop. Benija comes away with the rebound. Deng to Putney.
Point guard play driving baseline, drawing two defenders, and dishes off to the wide open man. Putney knows what to do with it when he's all alone under the rim.
A goal. Can't get the floater to go. Putney running the floor. Benije. Well, Ganabamo, pardon me, picking up with a loose change.
8-0 scoring run now for the Tigers as they try to claw their way back into this one.
Williams. A goal rolling. Remonstration coming from all of the Tigers on the floor and the bench that it was last touch on a KPA player. But possession will remain with Kenya Ports Authority. The lead is 2 for KPA. Going on 5.5 to play. The steal. Putney in the passing lane. Long arms. Benije. Off the mark. Ganapamo. Off the mark on his 3 attempt.
Well, they've certainly been off the boil from the perimeter. That is 3, attempt number 12, and there's a score in transition. And that's how you turn defense into offense as the bucket comes. Adwal just making sure the transition bucket goes the way of the Kenya Ports Authority.
Now, Dennis Adwal completes the 3-point play. And then going on the 5-minute mark. And the lead back up to 5 for KPA. Deng. Kanapamo. Whistle off the ball. The foul on Job Ayodi, number 14 for KPA. Deng, looking for the reverse, couldn't get it. Adwal picks up the foul.
Well, young Deng, he is a spark plug offensively, and 20-year-old South Sudanese point guard hanging in the air. We saw some aerobatic exploits in that outing for the Cape Town Tigers. He picked up 8 steals, but he also had 2 missed windmill jabs out of the fast break, and he knows how to utilize his athleticism at times, and here he goes getting the foul, and he gets a chance to go to the free throw line. Tigers 6 of 9, 60% on that make.
1 of 2 for Deng. Ayodi down the floor. Well, Ayodi had 2 teammates to his left. Opted to take it all the way down the floor.
And Peter Prinsloo has been in the wars. And almost every time he gets the rebound, he goes down to ground. And it's been an absolute battle inside. The clean contest from Benije. Putney can't hold Prinsloo. Hounded and falls out of bounds, and maybe just a little bit of a sell from the veteran big. Ouko will be credited with that foul.
Well, 4:25 still to go. And Prinsloo now at the free throw line. And Tigers will want to close this second quarter strong, and a lead would do something to boost their confidence going into halftime. 1 of 2 for Prinsloo. Deng, steal. Oh, gets the bounce. Strong take.
probably one of the best facets of his game, are the quick hands and quick feet of Deng as he steals and converts again.
Adera can't get the three to go. Benija with the rebound.
Tigers doing a better job of securing the defensive glass, and it's paid some dividends as they continue to just get closer and closer to that once double-digit lead, and they're back within one. Benija again trying to get into the chest of the defender, and just the legs where the clash happens, and he goes to ground and able to draw the foul.
Well, 1 point lead now for KPA. Benija with an opportunity to tie and give the Tigers the lead. So 3:57 to play. Benija 2 of 3 on the inside. Ties the game at 35. And George Williams now back in the game. Williams. Williams on the pull-up from the elbow. That one's short. Putney. Oh, and a foul. Adera was looking to go right between Prinsloo and Putney. Both players long arms, going for the reach, and a foul. So it'll be KPA ball. Ayodi. The spin by Adwal. And couldn't get it to Ayodi. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Tigers ball. Nati Sibanyoni back in the game for the Tigers. And we are tied at 35. Ganapamo. Floater in the key. Easy does it.
Great execution as Benija finds Ganapamo for the runner.
Another turnover. Ayodi this time working it in the low post, but the ball ricocheting off his foot. And possession goes back to the Tigers.
And you know, you talk about basketball being a game of runs. Here is the Cape Town Tigers who've come back to pick up a 2-point lead.
Prinsloo. Benija. Ganapamo can't convert on the pull-up.
Don't like that shot selection by Ganapamo. Felt like it was out of sync and out of rhythm with the play on the floor.
Pass inside. Kidongo. Ganapamo with the steal. 3-on-1 break. Ganapamo to Deng. Gets the bounce.
Well, that's great awareness by Ganapamo. Sees the cutting Deng and knows that the point guard can get aerial, so puts it up where the defense can't get it.
Williams on the inside has the ball knocked out of his hands. 4-on-1 break. Sibanyoni. And the finish from Deng.
But it is Sibanyoni doing a fantastic job of getting into the open floor. Deng throws it up and Sibanyoni gets the finish.
Williams working on Ganapamo. Well, the fall away doesn't go. Benije with the recovery. Ganapamo off the mark on the 3. The save kept alive. Dang, baseline drive. Was looking for the thread to Sibanyoni. And under 50 seconds to play now. And it's a 6-point lead for the Cape Town Tigers. Ouko can't get the reverse to go. And a foul called. .2.9 to play. A 6-point lead for the Tigers. And looking to close out the quarter. It will be Kennedy Wachira checking into the game. One of 2 for Ouko. And the lead is 5 for the Tigers. Prinsloo. Shot clock at 5. Tang on the drive. Can't finish. Atera. Effective down the floor. Won't be stopped. Long one down the floor. And doesn't go for the Tigers. So the lead was once 10 for the Kenya Ports Authority, and the Cape Town Tigers have fought back in the second quarter, and they have a slender 3-point lead going into the halftime. So can the Tigers build on this lead in the second half? And it will all start with the Tigers' brains trust, Flosh Ngwenya, Vincent Ndunja, and Raphael Edwards. And at halftime, Kenya Ports Authority 38, Cape Town Tigers 41. And let's take a look at the actual factuals. So, on the inside, both teams fairly equal. They've been making those forays into the key, shooting from the mid-range, and also dumping it on the inside and scoring in transition. And then from 3-point range, KPA has been shooting it better and led by George Williams. And from the free throw line, well, the Tigers have been shooting it better from the free throw line. We're going to throw it to Q, standing by with the crew for the halftime show.
Well, it has been a fantastic first half as far as the Cape Town Tigers were concerned. They were able to claw back after a strong start from the Kenya Ports Authority. I think the word is my man George Williams, and George Williams came out with fire in his belly and ice in his veins as he knocked down threes with a lot of calm as he tried to lead the Kenya Ports Authority. It all started with 2 offensive rebounds and 2 finishes, and from there the Cape Town Tigers were on the back foot. I'm not alone. I'm going to try and break this down with my capable team, Pumelelo Ramatsoka and Jabu Ndlovu alongside me. And guys, it was really it's a surprising start because the Ports Authority had 42 points in their last performance out, and they came out firing for 26 in that first quarter.
And you know, Q, they've got to be desperate coming into this game, right? So they came in, they lost a game already. We know that in this competition, you can only afford to lose 1 game. So they came out knowing that they have to win and played like it.
They certainly did, and when you look at where the game was won or where the areas are that they were able to just infringe and pick up and beat the Cape Town Tigers out, it certainly has to look at the offensive glass. The adjustments came a little bit later, and let me get some of your thoughts there, Mr. Jabu Ndlovu.
Definitely, Q, because they made sure that they stamped their authority inside on the defensive end, and to make sure that they limit the Cape Town Tigers from the boards as much as possible. And of course, with the on the offensive side, you had the gentleman George Williams facilitating there. But on the inside, they made sure to deny any sort of movement or joy for the Cape Town Tigers.
It's been a different kind of game as far as the Cape Town Tigers are concerned. They do like to play through their guards. They like to play through Mike Binajay and Dio Deng. But what we saw is that Raphael Putney came out and did a little bit of the heavy carrying, but they did go back to Evans Ganapamo, the guy who averaged 17 points in B.A.L season 2. And what has not worked for them, which previously did, was that they've gone a little bit off the boil from the three-point line.
Yeah, you know, they haven't been very good from the three-point line so far. But yet, yesterday, we know that they only really got hot in the third quarter. They went 7 of 11 in the third quarter, so I think they're going to be looking to repeat that. But Q, you know, Putney did some heavy lifting, but it's been a really even affair for this Tigers squad. Most of the starters with either 8 or 9 points to begin it.
Well, it's really a feature of their play. They balance the scoring. They go through Binajay. Binajay, I think, is the floor leader. If it's not Dio Deng, it's Mike Binajay, and Binajay is the one who has the NBA pedigree. Remember that he carried Syracuse, or was part of the Syracuse Orange in 2016 that went all the way to the NCAA final. Is one of the only players in this pool of players that have been to the NBA. He was drafted 49th overall by the Detroit Pistons, so he brings a different class and quality to the Cape Town Tigers, and I think it's visible every time he's on the floor.
Absolutely, because you see his composure. You know, while you might at one point think maybe he's a bit low on the energy, but it's all composure in reading the game and knowing just to pick the moments to effect the entire game.
We're talking about guys who affect the entire game, and George Williams has certainly been the surprise package as far as the Kenya Ports Authority have been concerned. I mean, we know that he's a scorer, and you can understand that he can get the job done, but wow, he was spectacular, and a lot of it coming off the dribble as we have a look at just some of the highlights in that first half. And for the dominant part of the first quarter, it was all George Williams and all off the dribble. It's a difficult cover. They tried different coverages on him, but just couldn't find a matchup that worked.
Yeah, they threw a bunch of different bodies at him there, and he made it very, very difficult. Of course, Williams, also a North American player from the US, spent some time in Argentina, Mexico, and even in Canada playing in the NBL.
He's been vastly experienced. I saw Venezuela, I saw parts of Indonesia, so you know, he's plied his trade just about every continent, and he certainly does understand the game of basketball. But talking about the game of basketball, Dio Deng seems to be that spark plug that can help the Cape Town Tigers, whether he does it through assisting, through stealing, but also through his scoring. As we have a look quickly at the stats, and the 3 of 18 from the perimeter is the first thing that stands out. You know, KPA struggled. They were 1 of 13 in that Urunani loss, but they picked up their performance. George Williams has been the guy from the perimeter, and the rebounding has really got to be something that we look at.
Indeed, Q, because that is where you have to clean up and make sure that the paint is always in the balance as far as your advantage is concerned. And the Cape Town Tigers will certainly be a bit concerned with the rebounds, but to make sure that they make the necessary adjustments. We saw what Nati Sibanyoni came in and did there, which for me, it was some of the goodness that the coach Flosh needed of the Cape Town bench.
Another stat that stands out is that 15 turnovers. You know, if you turn the ball over 15 times, you're expected to be in the game. Well, you're not expected to be in the game, but KPA only trailing by 3.
Yeah, absolutely. The turnovers have hurt them. It's just that Tigers early on really weren't able to convert. But now that they're getting into more of a rhythm, you know, one of the things we said, Q, was that this Tigers team has gotten better because now they're beginning to execute offenses. And what speaks to that is the assist numbers. They have 10 assists already in the first half, which shows that they are really moving the ball well amongst themselves. And when they're making, it's going well.
When they're making, it's going well. When they're missing, that's when KPA clean up on the glass, take the ball, and then try and push the ball out on the fast break. There's a big disparity. Cape Town Tigers have been pretty good converting on fast break, 18-9 in the first half. And points from turnovers is where they also have been able to capitalize, 17-7.
And that is certainly where they were able to steadily chip away at the deficit and make sure that they do make up the scores and up to where they took over the lead.
they have been. And now we have to look at what adjustments you can make possibly going into the second half. You got to try and close out George Williams. He's the go-to man as far, and he's the engine room as far as the KPA offense has been concerned. And if you're the Cape Town Tigers, what do?
You've got to stop those second chance opportunities. They have 11 second chance opportunities in the first half. Keep them off the glass. Box out and go after the rebounds tenaciously.
Boxing out, going after the rebounds tenaciously. Is it looking good for the hosts? I don't know where this game will go, but what we do know is that we're not too far away from the second half here at Ellis Park Arena, and we're getting ready for the second half action. We'll be back with second half action, and will the Cape Town Tigers be able to hold on to their slender lead, or will the KPA, Kenya Ports Authority Dockers, put an upset? We'll find out on the other side of this.
goals from the first half. And on the inside, the teams have been playing fairly well, taken probably the same amount of shots. And we've seen a lot of transition play, a lot of mid-range shooting and scoring on the inside. And then from three-point range, it's George Williams that has done most of the damage for Kenya Ports Authority. And this second half will give us an indication of what adjustments both teams have made going forward. George Williams, the man for KPA, and has done damage inside and out, and leading from the point guard position.
He certainly did do damage in that first half, but 20 more minutes of basketball action remains, and should the Cape Town Tigers pick up a win, they will guarantee their qualification into the semi-final. And KPA playing for their lifeline here in this qualification.
Williams once again working it on the inside, and then draws the foul. So we'll go to the line for two.
Williams trying to pick up where he left off, and he really does need to continue burning the candle at both ends, both on the defensive and offensive end for this Kenya Ports Authority team.
Empty trip for Williams. And the Tigers hold on to this three-point lead. Putney. Deng spotting up.
Dead-Eye Deng is probably the way that he should start being named, because he can knock it down from downtown at a high clip.
Wachera, well, Adera, pardon me, throws it away. Putney to Deng. Prinsloo on the follow.
But Deng has accumulated 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting, and he leads the Cape Town Tigers as far as the scoring is concerned.
Ganapamo, baseline drive. And wanted to make a highlight. Waved off. And a foul. So possession will stay with the Tigers. Putney on the inside. That one will count.
The funny thing about that play is that we just, and the KPA's or the Kenya Ports Authority, saw the play unfolding right in front of their eyes. They knew that the lob was coming, and there was still very little that they could do about it. Putney skies up over Widjas, the lean in, and he gets the bucket and the chance to get 3 the old school way.
Three-point play completed by Raphael Putney. The lead is 9. Williams. Ouko. Well, a couple of spins, pivoting, and then the finish with the left hand. Putney drive. And looks like Widjas will pick up that foul.
Putney on the spin, and again Widjas forced into a position where he's got to commit a foul. Better defense that time from KPA.
Ganapamo. Prinsloo, left corner.
On the catch and shoot, Peter Prinsloo can be deadly, and he connects on his second one from beyond the arc.
10-point lead for the Tigers. Still a lot of time in this game. And 2 minutes played in the third. Williams off on the 3. Ganapamo working on Williams. Can't finish on the inside. Williams to the basket. Draws the foul. Williams against Deng.
Creates the contact and then able to force Deng again into a position where he has to commit the foul. And that can also be considered a weight battle. Much sturdier frame, George Williams. And a little bit of talking happening. Just, I think Deng and Williams getting into it a bit, and that's a perfect conversion as he gets both.
Deng to the basket. Easy take for him. Beating defenders and then exploiting the gaps in the defense.
There's definitely a little bit of a battle that has started here because of the mouthing off between Deng and Williams.
Ball chased down by Wachira. Dera has it knocked away. Putney comes away with the loose ball. Binije, bottom from the right corner. And a timeout on the floor. The lead now is 13. Under 7 minutes to play in the third.
A crisp jumper from Michael Binije in the corner as he takes his total up over the 10-point mark. He's the third Cape Town Tigers player to be in the double digits, into double digits, and this is what great execution can look like. Deng uses the pick and goes on the double crossover, and that is just fantastic athleticism as he gets to the rim for the finish.
Well, to start out this third quarter, we've seen some scoring from both teams, but the Cape Town Tigers have just tried to get everyone involved. Putney with a kick to the corner, and Binije, the conversion. Well, back to the floor after that timeout. Tigers now are the more active team, offensively and defensively. And that timeout by KPA was really just to break the Tigers' momentum. Stepping out of bounds, Kennedy Wachira.
Frustrating turnover when players do step out of bounds, and very unforced turnover.
Deng for 3. Off the mark. Williams, long push down the floor. Deng, the save, Putney. And Kitongo with the foul.
Second steal for Diu Deng, and his anticipation is actually awe-inspiring as you just see him move across as the ball is released and gets into the passing lane to pick up the steal.
The lead is 13 for the Tigers. Oh, what a connection. And Kitongo is going to remonstrate with the official, but you know, Putney has a size advantage over Kitongo. That was just a lob over Kitongo and an easy catch for Putney.
And basketball is about recognizing mismatches. That's Deng again with excellent court recognition. There's nothing that Kitongo can do at all with the long arms of Putney, and he'll get another opportunity at the free throw line. Two or five it's been before that make for Raphael Putney.
Benije skies in for the rebound. Prinsloo. The whip pass. Williams to Wachira.
And I think it's a fair enough call. There was no arms up and then just some contact. The left-hand whip pass. Wachira and yeah, Peter Prinsloo's right arm and the contact clear.
Wachira completes the three-point play. Putney, corner to Ganapamo. Deng wide open. Putney! Excuse me as I kiss the sky.
Absolutely. Grabbing that one from the clouds and flushes it down.
Wachira on the pull-up. Back iron on the three. Prinsloo chases down the loose ball. Benije, top of the three, all alone.
The double foul call. Now, the question is, do they count the bucket? And that's where they're conferring, because the foul came, I think, after the release. And referees they do confirm that three-pointer from Mike Benije. And he goes joint top scorer once again. Three Cape Town Tigers players with 14 points, Deng, Benije and Putney. And they spread the scoring and continue to build on their lead.
So the three counts, and double fouls meted out to Tigers and KPA. Kayemba on the drive inside, fouled on the play. Well, the hesitation. And that was Lebesa Selepe just falling on top of Situma Kayemba. Well, John Wijas, the number 13 for KPA, is fouled out of the game, picking up his fifth foul.
Oh shit, Putney.
Putney is looking to get the rebound. Pulls up for the three, in and out. Williams with the rebound.
Quick shot from Raphael Putney, trying to gain back just a little bit of momentum. It goes in and out though.
Williams was slowly working on Selepe, really just patient and taking his time. Got the opportunity for the shot, lulled Selepe into the foul, and that gets him to the free throw line.
You know, we talk about basketball being a game of adjustments, and George Williams gone off the boil just a little bit on the offensive end, but he's not the only guy that can score on this Kenya Ports Authority team. It's the job of the players and the coaches to try and figure out a matrix that works. And you can go back to your primary threat, and a lot of guys can create, and that's what they get paid to do. But here, KPA just got to continue working those adjustments to try and stay in this one.
Putney down the floor, stolen away. Kayemba. Slepe will pick up the foul. And here's the thing about Slepe, getting ahead of himself on the defensive end, prides himself in playing defense, and then he's getting easy fouls, and that's getting him into foul trouble. He heads to the bench, and Benije back in. Kayemba. One of two.
Kayemba is a Kenyan international that has played for the international for Kenya and was the captain from 2014 to 2019.
Deng, baseline drive on the reverse. Well, a little too much sauce on that one and couldn't finish. Kayemba, baseline drive. Putney tears down the rebound. Sibanyoni, 10 on the shot clock. Tough catch for Putney.
Well, Putney getting a lot of touches, and they are actively looking for him, but feel like they overlooking and just trying to force the ball and the action to him, and that time turns it over.
Williams on Ganapamo, slowly working him once again.
Just see how slippery a character Williams is. It's his body movement, his ability to hesitate, and you have to respect the shot. He's given the Cape Town Tigers reasons to respect his ability from mid and long range, and so he gets Ganapamo in the air and he draws another foul. He's been to the free throw line 9 times before that miss, and shooting it at 60%.
Well, he's so patient on the offensive end, doesn't get rushed into any kind of shot, takes the shots that he wants to take and he's comfortable with, and it's just been fun watching George Williams. Deng will pull up just inside, and a lovely two by Du Deng. Kayemba against Deng. Kayemba can't get the 3 to go. Putney with the push, 3-on-2 break. Deng.
So slippery, Du Deng, and there's a little bit of concern. We saw him go down in the game against the NBA Academy, where the ankle injury was definitely something that would have concerned the coaching staff. He goes off the right leg and goes left hand, and it's just a display of his versatility. Limping a little bit, Du Deng, as he walks to the bench, and I guess the question will be, will he be able to go for the rest of this game? And they do need him on the floor. He really does provide some playmaking and some additional scoring for this Cape Town Tigers team.
A balmy summer evening here in Johannesburg, and we are inside and we're coming live from Ellis Park Arena, and a sprinkling of fans here in the arena just to take in this last game in our quadruple header. And the Cape Town Tigers have been fighting really hard throughout that second quarter, went into the half with the lead after getting cooked in that first quarter.
I think a little break here for Diodeng, as he might not return, or he might return, I'm not sure, but Skumbuzo Mtembo getting his first run and his first look in this road to the B.A.L Elite 16 competition.
Ouko, empty for the Tigers coming down the floor, and the three from Kennedy Wachira.
What a pretty bucket from Wachira. Nothing but net as he caught and shot in rhythm.
Ganapamo. Last touch on Wachira, so possession will stay with the Tigers. Putney rattles in the three.
8th three-pointer for the Cape Town Tigers, and Raphael Putney will take the scoring lead as he goes up to 17.
Well, a battle in the low block between Sibanyoni and Ouko. Both teams in the penalty. And 1:24 to go in the third.
29-year-old Franklin Ouko, 7 points his contribution, well, 8 on that make. He's also picked up 7 rebounds.
Benije. Tigers move it around on the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Ganapamo spills to the floor. Sibanyoni settles for the long 2. Can't get it to go. Wachira on the pull-up. Way out. Putney with another rebound. Bounce pass. Putney from Ganapamo. He just came blitzing down the floor. Ganapamo settles it all with a 3 from the corner.
That's a beautiful assist from Benije. Finds a wide open Evans Ganapamo, and he becomes the 4th Cape Town Tigers player to go into double digits.
Last touch on Williams when he went between the legs. Backcourt violation. And it will be Tigers ball. Benije. Ganapamo. Against Odiambo.
Odiambo looking for the call on the hold, but really the height mismatch is something that the referees will take into account. Very little you can do when that disparity exists, other than move your feet and try and make the shot as difficult as possible. $11 points, still perfect from the free throw line. Evans Ganapamo played his basketball for the New Orleans Privateers and takes his total to 12.
Odiambo Oh, the three from the wing from Philip Odiambo. Benije between defenders, foul on the play. And this is going to send
Benije just anticipates the contact as the defense comes in, and he waits for the foul to be called. And this is the value of experience. They call an unsportsmanlike foul on that, and it's going to give the Cape Town Tigers 2 free throws and Mike Benije 2 free throws, and they hold possession. They can try and get an execution just with the final 3.3 seconds of this third quarter.
Benije.
Just a 3-point shot and not necessarily an unsportsmanlike call.
Perfect. 3.3 to go. Down the floor, the finish by Odiambo. Well, that does it for the third quarter. Once again, this third quarter has been all Cape Town Tigers battling their way back into the game, taking the lead into the halftime, and they just will not relent. And it's an uphill battle now for Kenya Port Authority with a lead.
Razor net Diodeng before the injury that occurred. Michael Benije has been outstanding, just so composed. 16 points for him. Deng with 17, and Rafael Patney has definitely upped his effort level. He's been trying to impose himself on both the inside and the outside, and his shooting percentage has been admirable. His effort has been great, and the Cape Town Tigers since the first quarter have been dominant in almost all facets of the game.
Well, the final quarter of this game. And it's a 14-point lead for the Tigers. Wachira. With the three. Benije was looking to respond with his own three. Odiambo. Now looked like he took one extra step. But he's going to go to the free throw line.
Odiambo. 8 points to go along with just a single personal foul.
Empty trip for Odiambo. Oh, and the steal, Wachira diving for that ball.
Love the effort, putting his body on the line to get the possession.
A goal. And a foul called. Reed will pick up that foul. And a goal to the free throw line.
Dembo and Reed will go off. Prinsloo and Putney come back in.
Empty trip, Nicholas Ogol. Prinsloo. Ganapamo. Backdoor cut. Two-handed flush.
Athleticism and a hard core dunk by Evans Ganapamo.
A goal on the inside, swatted away by Benije. Ganapamo down the floor, cross-court Benije. Prinsloo, top of the three. Putney on the follow. Sibanyoni chased down off the rebound. Back to Benije. And 2 minutes played in this fourth quarter. This game not out of reach for KPA.
It's not out of reach at all. With 7:51 left, there's plenty of time left for Kenya Ports Authority to mount one last run at this Cape Town Tigers host team. And they can get it done in a variety of ways.
Ganapamo off the screen, pulls up, easy two.
Silky smooth.
Williams. Ayodi gets it inside, but the takeaway by Sibanyoni. Putney, tough shot, looking to put it up, but couldn't finish. Williams, switching hands. Prinsloo. Ganapamo has the ball knocked away, kept alive by Wachira.
Wachira has given great effort for this KPA team as he continues to just put his body on the line on the defensive end.
Williams on the wing against Sibanyoni, working it on the inside, can't finish. Benije comes away with it. Benije is going to set it up in the half court. Off the ball. Wachira will pick up the foul. Side ball, Tigers.
Well, Labisa Selepe makes his way onto the floor for the Cape Town Tigers as the changes continue to be rung by Coach Floshengwenya.
Selepe off the mark on the three. Benije will pick up that foul. Ganapamo was ready to break out on the break.
Mike Benije just wry smile as he looks across, picks up his second personal foul.
The lead is 15 for the Tigers. Tough catch for Nicholas Ogo. And the finish as well was short. And possession will go to the Tigers. Under 6 minutes to play. Prinsloo is looking for the bounce.
If Prinsloo had made that shot, he would be the 5th Cape Town Tigers starter to go into double figures. But there's a conversation as Putney looking for the foul call from the referees. And one thing about Prinsloo and Putney is they are not scared to talk when they are on the floor. They certainly do enjoy a conversation, whether it's with the referees, the opposing players. They do let them know that they are on the floor.
Adera against Slepe. Ouko. Oh, there's the backcourt cut. Oh, broken up. Putney from Pinije.
The second block from Raphael Putney, and the ball comes into Wachira's path. He hangs, but there's just too much vertical and too much wingspan as Putney comes down to deflect the shot, and now there is a timeout called.
Well, timeout. The lead is still 15 for the Cape Town Tigers. Under 5.5 to play. And a timeout needed right now because the Tigers just need to compose themselves. Tigers timeout, but you better believe that this 15-point hole not insurmountable for KPA.
There's still plenty of time and a lot of possessions that remain in this game. Defensively, they've got to take away a lot from the Cape Town Tigers right now because there's balanced scoring. Ganapamo 16, Benajay 17, Putney 17, Prinsloo has 7, and on the bench Diodeng with 17. But Raphael Putney has been playing with a lot of intent. You see 3 of 7 from the free throw line before this trip. Throwing a couple of different looks in terms of pressure on the ball handlers. Maybe forcing Cape Town Tigers to continue shooting from the perimeter where they've struggled, and then getting out on the fast break.
Empty trip for Putney. Putney on the inside draws the foul again. Well, he had the baseline on that drive, closed by the defender, and then fouled. That was Aduol. Well, did a great job by moving his feet and closing the baseline, but Putney, with the deft footwork and the spin to the basket, couldn't complete the layup.
30% for Raphael Putney from the free throw line. 3 of 10, 8 rebounds. And he'll take his free throw percentage back to 33 on that make.
Timeout on the floor. 5:13 now to play. The lead is 16 for the Tigers. And it is a KPA timeout. Well, we emerge from that timeout, and it's a 16-point lead for the Tigers, 5:13 to play. And Williams is back in the game for KPA. Ganapamo picks up the foul.
There's definitely a lot of chatter on the floor. Williams has been pretty great at getting himself to the free throw line. Eight of his 23 points coming courtesy of the charity stripe.
Oh, shit.
Going on the 5-minute mark. Putney wants to work. A little too far from the basket. Benije on the drive.
And just a little head fake, enough to get the defender in the air and draw the contact.
Okuo picks up the foul. Benije against Okuwa, Franklin Okuwa, drawing the foul.
More changes on the floor. Okua on that foul will be forced to take a break. Picking up his fourth.
Slepe. The fake and steps into the mid-range jumper.
Comfortable shot, only his first two of the game.
Prinsloo surrounded by KPA players.
Can't hold the pass. Selepe. A little bit of frustration on his face.
Adera against Selepe. Adera. Williams will pull up off on the three. And off the mark for Adera from the wing. Ganapamo. Putney. Shot clock at 4. Putney, the in and out. Off the mark on the three. Adwal. Oh, outstretched finger roll over Putney.
Putney's played with a lot of effort, but that was a great finish by Adwal.
Prinsloo on the floor. And he's absolutely taken a beating. this evening, throughout this whole game.
And that was a direct shot
to the groin.
To the groin.
To the nethers.
Wow. And clear as day on the replay. I'm not even sure if there was a ball attempt. You can understand just how angry Prinsloo is. We said that he doesn't mind mouthing off, but wow.
Nicholas Ogol. Benije. Puts it up. Ho ho.
If you look at the body language of Mike Benije, it's so hard to tell that he's having an outstanding game. He's steel-faced. And there are two guys on this Tigers team that look kind of the same. It's Evans Ganapamo and Mike Benije. You'll never be able to tell the state of the game if you were trying to read it from their face. The replay system has been triggered.
Yes. Which one is good? This is good. Yeah. Again. Again. Foul. Basket. 3 or 2? 2. Basket down. So that's why I played it go.
So the basket counts, and just so unwitting by Benije, and can't complete the 4-point play. Williams. Going on 2.5 to play. Ganapamo. Oh, hits the 3 from the top. And on the far side, Coach Floshengwenya calling for a timeout. Aduol, the finish over Prinsloo. And we have that timeout that Floshengwenya was calling for. 2:07 in the fourth. 17-point lead for the Tigers. And you know when Coach Floshengwenya calls a timeout, it's all about strategy. Here to take in the action, the hosts Cape Town Tigers against Kenya Ports Authority. And there are some changes on the floor for the Tigers. Reed punches it.
Well, the local squad for the Cape Town Tigers all being brought in off their timeout. Deng, of course, picked up an injury just late in the game yesterday against the NBA Africa Academy, and I think lesson learned from Coach Floshengwenya and the coaching staff.
Williams, slow up to his feet. Back on the floor, Sibanyoni to Mthembu. Luneman, Igor Luneman also in the game. And Marcus Mukwena rounding out the team. Adwall on the break.
That was a hard flush by Adwall.
Mthembu wants the screen. Sibanyoni. Mthembu on the drive. Front door is closed. Adwall with the block.
Still plenty of energy on the floor from both teams. Mthembu drives in. Adwall just straight elevates, and that's a double-handed spike.
Reed in the low post, puts it up. Reed on the finish. Odiambo, 3 from the wing, doesn't go. And going on 40 seconds to play in this game. Williams, the whip. Wachira throws it away. Luneman down the floor. Slowed down, coming to the basket. And it will count.
I think that is first 2 points for the Cape Town Tigers. Igor Luneman, and there's a lot of joy. His family courtside to take in the action. And a chance for the old school three-point play.
Completes the three-point play, 22-point lead for the Tigers. Under 30 seconds to play, second last possession of the game. Williams working on Sibanyoni. Wachira from outside. Sibanyoni with the rebound. Mukwena down the floor, the Euro and the lay-in.
What fantastic energy in the final 2 minutes by the Cape Town Tigers as they close out the game with a lot of momentum.
Well, a lot of pent-up energy from the 5 who have closed the game for the Cape Town Tigers. And that will do it as the hosts put Kenya Port Authority to bed. And the Cape Town Tigers go up 2-0. First win yesterday against the NBA Academy, and this one was a slugfest. Lethargic to start the game, but they finally get a dominant win over KPA. And the Cape Town Tigers fans in the arena sharing in the joy and celebrating the win. And Coach Floshengwenya will sleep this evening a happy and relieved man as his team improves to 2-0. And at full time, Kenya Ports Authority 72, Cape Town Tigers 96. And Q with the actual factuals.
It was 10 of 36 from the three-point line for the Cape Town Tigers. They started out hot, did Kenya Ports Authority. George Williams dominating in that first quarter. 17 of 49 they were on the interior. 17 of 28 from the free throw line. but 60% as well from the free throw line for the Cape Town Tigers. But at the end of the day, it's the Tigers with the most important one, 96-72.
Well, I'm joined by the player of the match, second consecutive player of the match for Michael Benije. He certainly is very consistent. Michael, what a performance here today. What do they seem to be feeding you here at Cape Town Tigers?
Thank you, first of all. You know, we just wanted to come in here and win, and everybody in here is trying to make the B.A.L, so we're just trying to give ourselves the best chance possible to do it.
Yeah, and in the beginning, you guys were trailing behind. What kind of conversations did you have during those timeouts and during the breaks?
Just to stay with it. Basketball is a game of runs, and they went on a run, we went on some runs, and we just try to stay as calm as possible.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
That is Michael Benije, very consistent player, 2 consecutive player of the match yesterday and of course today, joined now by the captain of the Cape Town Tigers, that is Peter Prinsloo. Peter, how were you able to gain your confidence back after trailing behind in that first quarter?
We came out a little flat today. I don't know if it was lack of motivation or if guys were just a little fatigued from yesterday, just took some time to get loose. But yeah, we definitely came out flat. We didn't have energy. We weren't rotating. We were late on everything. But at the end of the day, we realized what we have to do. So at the end of the first quarter, we realized we need to make a switch. We started picking it up. And then for us, every game so far, really our third quarter has been the key, where we make our adjustments at halftime and really turn it up and separate the game and show what we're capable of.
Do you feel you guys can still be clinical enough despite registering those victories?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, we have a lot of things to work on, but we have the 2 victories today. We have a lot of focus still for tomorrow. We have an ultimate goal here of winning all 5 games. For us, there's, you know, that's the expectation, winning all 5, coming out of here as the first place team for ball. So, you know, we got the 2 victories. I know that means we're technically through to the next round, but, you know, guys are still focused and locked in for tomorrow. We got another game before we can look forward.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
And that is the captain of the side, Peter Prinsloo. We've seen him on the ground a couple of times on court, and this time around joined by the Kenya Ports captain, that is Job Ayodi. Captain, 2 consecutive hard-fought battles, but still no win. Would you say that consistency is a bit of a challenge for your side?
Yeah, because today we started on well. Just didn't go our way, but we started on well.
And where did you think Cape Town Tigers dominated to take the lead from the second quarter?
I think they dominated on the 3-point line. They took us out on the 3-point line. Then in the third quarter, we kind of slumped. That's the problem. That's where the problem came through.
Considering that the 2 teams that beat you, you gave them a run for their money, is that a positive to take away from this competition?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely.
All right. Hard luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Well, that does it for Kenya Ports Authority and the Cape Town Tigers. And Q, let's give us a rundown of the full game actual factuals.
Rebounding battle, quite even, 12 offensive to the 13 and 31 defensive to 27 of the Cape Town Tigers. If you look at what was happening from the field, 34 of 85 in totality, but the key stat has got to be the 25 turnovers from Kenya Ports Authority. Cape Town Tigers emphasized on execution. They were able to take 16 steals as they turned up the pressure on the defensive end, and that really did help them down the stretch. Impressive first quarter as KPA tried to bounce back from their loss against Urunani. But let's have a look quickly at these results.
Let's take a look at day 2. Once again, a quadruple header, and COSPN going down, a blowout by Ferroviario de Beira. And then the NBA Academy, you know, a hard-fought 10-point victory over Urunani, and a heartbreaker in that fourth quarter. Matero Magic going down by 10 to City Oilers. The City Oilers just led by the 2 Americans, but Philando Jones doing the heavy lifting for City Oilers, and KPA going down to Cape Town Tigers. Tomorrow, first game, we've got COSPN, Matero Magic, and then KPA will take on